5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobbler.
Hello.
Can I help you?
What time do you close?
6. It's on the door.
Okay.
Do you want a haircut?
No, I had to go now.
Okay. So go.
Goodbye, Jimmy.
Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experiment of the movie podcast designed with one thing in mind to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman, and joined by my co-host, film and scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing The Cobbler? Rob, why? Special reason this week.
Oh, Slowdrip requested it.
I had one of those this morning.
Thank you,
I love a name
Slowdrip.
drop.
Yeah, and speaking of slow drips, I'm loving your new thing that you do, Chris, where you leave a little pause between the clip and then you crack the beer, and then you do your intro. And it's like it primes the audience to know that you're not happy about the experience that you had, and now you have to talk about it. Yeah,
That's right.
I like it. I love it. It's great. I'm doing great. We're doing The Cobbler, Adam Sandler, but it's not a Happy Madison. He was just casting it, right? As far as I can tell.
Correct.
Yeah. So it's not like doesn't have the usual Adam Sandler like media juggernaut behind it.
No.
But we're gonna get into it.
This was indie. It was an independent film.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and it might have been better if Adam Sandler gave a fuck about it.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
His,
I feel
his
like
acting his acting was flat at best.
flaccid.
I agree. Yeah, well, I mean, he was supposed to look depressed, and he did a better job in Ring Over Me.
Yeah,
Flaccid
there you go.
at
Flaccid.
best. That's right.
Like the medical document that Bob's holding in front of the camera.
The nasal passage of the humble ante.
Yeah. This is how I'm doing. I have a cyst in my testicle that has apparently inflamed and infected my other parts of my testicle, and so I'm in serious level at this point, level 7.5 pain level while sitting with you. So if you see me wince, it's not because of the movie, but still,
It's
because Big Ball Bob over here.
At this point, unfortunately, a little bit.
All right. So, all right, Big Ball Bob, do you want to explain this?
Yeah, I do.
All right, here we go. And guys, it's season 23. I counted, I double checked. Season 23.
23, yep.
And this is a new bumper, new seasons. All right, so here we go. Here's the explanation.
Let's do it.
Ooh. Yes.
Bob, it's time for your explanation.
Who told you to stop rubbing my ears?
Huh.
Bob?
All right.
I had the best time getting these clips. Like, I got it down to like 25.
Yeah.
And I think I used probably half of them because I overdid it.
Yeah, I used like 8 probably.
They're so
Not
funny.
half, but
Okay, so the movie's The Cobbler. And here's my alliteration.
All right.
Shoe shiner and slip-on surfacer slips into sandals and stilettos, assuming status of citizens of the city, sometimes sinning, seldomly surprising, and sans a satisfying story.
wow.
Shoe shiner and slip-on surfacer slips into sandals and stilettos, assuming status of citizens and the city. Sometimes
Of the city.
I had that written, but I read it wrong. Of the city, sometimes sinning, seldomly surprising, and sans a satisfying story.
Yeah, that was and that was a one taker for me. I didn't backspace that one. I was inspired.
Damn, no kidding.
Speaking of not backspacing, this is too long, but I'm trying to shorten it. I'll read it fast. After an overly long flashback of these old-timey turn of the 20th century tradesmen talking about their work, we're fast forwarded to present-day New York City, where Sandler plays Max, a cobbler who works on shoes, for those that haven't figured that out yet. One thing leads to another, and he finds that any shoe that has been stitched with an old heirloom machine allows the cobbler to assume the identity of a shoe owner, alive or dead.
Yes.
Like that part was so.
Yeah.
Who thought of that one? It was a really bad idea. Anyway, he decides to use that power to fuck up the lives of the shoe owners, like totally, with some weird intention of like using their status to get laid, or get this one, to use their money to buy his mother a headstone because she died.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's a community outreach subplot that introduces the romantic interests, of course. And there are some really dark moments that I'm sure we'll cover later. But just know that the ending is so over the top ridiculous, and it has Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, it's outrageous.
It's fucking like, that's the thing. When I started writing this synopsis, I'm like, okay, it does this, it does this. Wait, it did this. Oh my god! And then and
it did this.
Yeah, I decided that this movie really sucked more than, like, at first watch, I didn't write a catch-all. Like, I couldn't think of a single thing to put in catch-all. But then after I revisited it, I filled it up real quick.
I had a number of things, but we'll get there. If you want to know all the things that don't fall under these tight tests that we have running every episode that we thought of, you wait until the catch-all. But for now, why don't we throw it to Rob's best YouTube comment?
Okay, here we go. Chris.
I love it.
I had to bring in
every
four
season from now on.
I had to bring in 4 comments because there's a through line. You guys, I want you guys to see if you pick up on it. So I didn't write these ones, which is like a game we sometimes play if I don't ruin it by accident. All right, here we go. This is a good storyline, something new. Adam is always awesome no matter what character he portrays. He is one hell of an actor. Next comment. Adam's dramatic films are just as amazing as his comedic ones. Love him. Next comment. I want to see Adam do a serious war movie as a sniper. I don't know. Just for some reason, I think that would be so badass. He'd have to play it good, though, or else it wouldn't work, as in it would be hard. I don't know what that means. Last one. Man. This was actually a good movie. Really good to see Adam do more serious roles. Probably one of his better ones in the library. So they're all on a first name basis with Mr. Sandler.
Yes, that's true. You know, and Bob brought this up in his pitch.
I did.
He said Sandler, and it made me realize that the Cobbler is a Sandler. And how weird is that? Right? Isn't that incredible what I just thought of?
I'm putting that in the right.
Oh, man.
Now it's out there.
Hey, listen, I got another one. Ask me what the other one is at the end of test number 5, the worst acting, where we compare acting from bad movies to each other to determine which has the worst. But we'll be doing more of that after test number 1. Ain't that a bitch?
Okay, so Mr. Financial Advisor, I've got a lucky cat. I'll talk to you later. Time for me to take a walk in the woods. Financial Advisor, lucky cat, walk in the woods.
Well, that there is some kind of picture.
I tried to recreate the magic, but I don't know.
That was great.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I loved it.
So I think it's Chris, Bob, Rob this week, right?
It is. Yeah, we're back to that.
Cool. Season 23. Let's start it off with a bang. You fucked up giving your shoes to him. He can slip into your soul on a whim. Plays with your feet and tickles your teats. The cobbler knows every inch of your skin.
Damn.
Ew.
I thought the rhyme scheme wasn't there, but when he said plays with your feet, I'm like, Tarantino's coming into this somewhere.
Oh, yeah. And he's going to drop like 27 N-bombs in the process.
Yeah. Nah.
All right, here we go. I'll wait till Chris is done drinking so he doesn't spit. There once was a cobbler who trudged through life sadly. Though this cobbler worked hard at his trade gladly. Steve Buscemi shows up again as usual, and this romantic angle is confusional. Sandler's old enough to be her actual daddy.
That's so true. Big Daddy.
All right. Big Daddy. All right. Pickle-eating shoe man doesn't care about the neighborhood, but when he learns to shapeshift, he finds folk up to no good. Feeds his mom a pear because his daddy's no longer there. Can lay an incognito pipe, but doesn't think he should.
I don't know. I think he.
Rob, 4.5.
Okay.
All right.
Pickle-eating shoe man won me right away.
Yeah, pickle-eating shoe man's kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I can't think of anything until then, it's my last word. Just so you know.
I'm gonna go Chris 4.5. So it's tied, and then he's gonna vote for himself for the same amount, and he's gonna win, right?
Yeah, that's true.
No, he's not gonna vote for the same amount. He's gonna say 5.
Which would make it a 4-6-6 or something weird. I don't know how that works.
I don't care.
4-7-5.
It'd be 4-7-5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Great way to start the season, Chris. Good job there. We fucking love it.
It's a sequel, except for our viewer episode. This is a sequel season. It's not gonna win the season.
Yeah.
Come down off your thing.
Mistake on my part for thinking that this was a good faith competition. So,
yeah, that's fair. That's not how you get ahead in life. All right, let's throw it to test number 2, the most offensive.
Yeah.
Lots of dastardly things.
With the W.
No, goodness. No, you're the goodness, actually.
Chris.
Fucking love it. All right. Well, we're starting with the more inoffensive end of the movie, and we're starting with number
5.
Scaring skaters to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you're dazed. You're getting out of a car, but you are a dead person. So you look like a zombie. And you literally act like a zombie chasing kids down the street. One of them is afraid you're going to eat them. Before you realize that you are undead incarnate, you walk up to the kid and literally make him pass out, probably pissing his pants. Going to have trauma for the rest of his life. And Matt, we're supposed to think that's funny.
I mean, it's pretty funny.
No, it's not.
Not ha funny. But,
yeah. It was darkly funny. Like Rob said this in the group chat. This could have been better if they leaned into the dark.
Imagine if this was like a Coen Brothers film with the same premise.
If they leaned into the dark and had better writers.
Comedy of errors.
That's the whole fucking production. So forget it.
Yeah.
Forget.
Dark comedy of errors, but they wanted that PG-13 rating.
Yes.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Number
4.
Skinwalking into stereotypes and shower shags.
Yeah, he does.
So we'll start with the shower shag. The only reason he doesn't go through with it, which I was going to say before, Rob, is not because he didn't want to fuck that model who was betrothed to another man, but that had he gotten into the shower with her, it would have been very strange that he still had on the shoes.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll get caught.
Yeah.
If I go into the shower.
It wasn't he wasn't reluctant because of his conscience. He was reluctant because of the logistics.
Right.
Yeah.
He would have had a soggy pair down there, which sounds like Bob can relate tonight.
No, it's not soggy. Okay, fine. Sure.
Waterlogged.
Whatever you imagine. Maybe if it was actually cut open like this, maybe, but it's not.
No, you don't have zombie shoes on. So,
I don't have a cross section
Yeah.
carved into my body.
Well, thank God for that.
Yeah.
But he skinwalks into a bunch of stereotypes. You know, like he. They make Method Man a gangster. They make the Chinese guy walk through Chinatown. They make the Indian man like very awkward at a barber, and like. I'm not saying that that's a stereotype that if you're Indian you're awkward or anything, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You know where I'm headed with all this. All right, how about number
3?
All right, this one's brought to you by Aaron, who Bob got to know really well, better than he got to know me. More recently.
There was some time. Yeah.
But anyway, make mom's models modified moccasins. Your mom is fucking dying. Aaron pointed this out because we watched a movie together. Why don't you make her some fucking young models moccasins and let her live a happy life as a young, attractive model? Go out there and get every hook every Dustin Hoffman that you
No,
can.
I'll tell you where Aaron's wrong. They covered that base.
How?
Adam Sandler asked her, "Do you ever want to be anyone else?" "No, I want to be your mom." She said that. Like, yeah, it was covered.
Yeah.
Well, she still would have been.
There were some.
You said make mom models modified moccasins?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah, because like she's dying, and he's like, he never thinks to make her some shoes that would make her everlasting.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
would
if that's how the
she
shoes
be?
work, though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think.
Yeah,
they
because like
extend the life of the
if you're
person
wearing
there.
the shoes and you get shot in the head, you still got shot in the head,
Yes,
Rob,
as the person wearing the shoes, though.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. Rob meant to say if you shoot yourself on the head. That's what Rob meant to say.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, here's a question for you.
All right.
You go to mom's funeral, open casket. You slip on some model moccasins. Does she come back to life? Because you can be an undead.
No, you become her, and then there's two of you, just like when the Method Man and Method Man came face to face.
Yeah, I'm saying you slip mom on some models moccasins. She's still dead, but she looks like a pretty young model.
Now she's like hot and dead. Yeah.
So all the internal organs are yours still, just totally displaced in different.
Stop
different
acting
spots in the
like
You
Stop
thought
acting
about
like
this
there are
movie.
rules.
You thought about this movie more than the filmmakers have. So congratulations.
Yeah, there are no rules. Stop making rules.
Yeah.
There were no rules, and that's not my worst production. My worst production is very specific. You're not going to see it coming.
It's like Outback Steakhouse. There's no rules, just right.
All right, then. How about number
Bloomin' Onion.
2?
the Daddy Mama Dementia Dance?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure. Does she have dementia?
Yes.
Is that what we're
it's
led to believe?
implied. It's implied that like it's at least early
Heavily?
onset. She's not so
It
far
is the
gone.
The whole pear thing and the pickle thing, and
I think it's really
she's not
fucked
so
up
far
if she has
gone.
dementia.
Yeah.
But I think it's even more fucked up if she doesn't.
I thought it was fucked up that Sandler fucked with it. Like,
yeah,
your mom has dementia, and you lean into it. That's so dark.
Yeah, it's really awful.
And then the excitement of the date basically gave her a heart attack in her sleep. Is what I picked up on. Is that like what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like my my sister's parakeet that I told you guys about.
Yeah.
Sandler was like the grim. Sandler was the grim reaper of this movie. There's no question.
Yeah.
He was the
He really
cause
was.
of death. Yeah. When he went to the
his own
police to
mother's-
like turn himself in, he was right to do that because he was the one who caused all the shit.
Yeah, he was, but
that's what I meant in my explanation where he fucked up everyone's life because he totally did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. So number
1.
Well, most offensive. I try not to make the number 1 a clip because then we throw it right into Rob's ad read, and then test number 3, which is all clips. But I had to do it this time. This one's woman.
I'm a woman. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Woo.
Yeah, so there's a penis down there that he just grabbed onto.
Yeah. There it is.
Another question for you: if your anatomy could change from a penis to not a penis, like we're led to believe, if she was actually a woman,
But she wasn't. That was
He sniffed it. He sniffed his fingers.
sniffing. He was sniffing distance.
Yeah.
he was sniffing distance.
Yeah, he was. I'm just saying, if your anatomy can change, like is implied by this movie just now, why can't your internal organs? Why
No, but
can't
that
you
wasn't-
be forever lasting?
But that wasn't a woman, Chris. That was a trans person.
I know, but
without being transitioned yet. I thought it was
Well, he
obvious.
wasn't sure.
That was an Adam's apple.
And Adam's Sandler.
Yes, of course. The Sandler. Yeah.
That's for me.
I actually didn't pick up on that because like I thought it was just like him like and Jack and Jill where it was a just a homely woman, you know. I actually didn't pick up on that subtext at all.
Oh,
because
yeah,
we watched
well,
Jack and Jill somewhat recently at www.theworstmovieevermade.com, where the viewer was led to believe that like his twin sister was actually a woman, not like someone transitioned.
I can see
my bad,
them making...
everybody.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? You're allowed these mistakes.
No, we're not.
Like,
it's 2025. It's cancel culture. You know,
yeah, well, but how could you be expected to pay attention to this movie? You know, I was zoning in and out.
Yeah.
I feel like, with our sequel season coming up, Jack and Jill 2 would be perfect. I can see J.I. and then both of the L's. Both of the L's are like Roman numeral ones, so it's Jack and J 2,
There is a Jack and Jill 2.
No.
No. Adam Sandler threatens to make Jack and Jill 2. My bad.
You scared the shit out of me. I thought we were going to have to do that.
Wait, no.
Anyway.
Sequel to 2011? No, I don't want to waste runtime. I'll look into this later. I will look into this later.
It can't be. Yeah. Rob's ad read.
Okay.
Here comes Rob.
Did someone mention my name? Never mind.
So you like that?
Rob.
Huh?
Rob's ad read.
Like the baseline.
Yeah, me too.
This one's a little self-aggrandizing, so here we go. This week's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by our upcoming sequel season. Sequels? Who needs them? We do, you do, we all do. Under Siege 2, Tooth Fairy 2, one of the shitty alien ones. Guys, this is season 23, and we're going to be plowing through sequels to movies we've done in the past. What movies have we done in the past, you ask? Check out our ongoing and ever-increasing archive over at www.theworstmovieevermade.com and report back. Sequel season, let's fucking go!
Fucking yeah! I think we just found a YouTube short.
Yeah. Sequel season.
Yeah.
So is this for Slowdrip? Is this non-canon, or are we just gonna do like 7 sequels and then like no, and this one's not gonna win because the sequel's gonna be much worse?
Well, I think we
figure it out off there. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah. All right.
Lump it into the season. Or we can make this like a Slow Drip's special episode. The
Slow Drip special. The Slow Drip.
Oh my god,
special.
the Slow Drip special. I love that. Well, thank you again, Slow Drip, for making us watch this motherfucking movie. Yeah. I love you for that. Thank you so much. All right, test number 3, the worst dialogue. And thank you so much. Sequel season.
Yeah, worst dialogue. Here we go.
Okay, get ready for the worst dialogue.
I know.
Chris.
I know.
Chris.
I know.
Tina.
I know.
Read your machine.
I know.
Tina.
I know.
Room.
Right.
Chris.
Probably. I know.
Chris.
I know.
Read your beeping machine.
I know.
I can't make waffles.
Okay. Goodbye.
Oh my god, this is fucking amazing. It's gonna be the best season we've ever done.
These are solid. These are solid.
Oh, Read your beeping machine.
Read your beeping machine.
Chris. Read your beeping machine.
Chris.
Yeah. There's Chris's everywhere.
Oh my god. Well, I can't complain. I'm happy about it.
We can't come back from that. Let's just go to the next section.
Yeah. It's number 5.
What do you see?
Max, we need people like you to stay. That's why we're doing all of this.
Maybe you should have checked with me first. Make sure I want to stay.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? Come here. I'm going to show you something. Look around you, Max. What do you see?
The city.
Exactly. The city. A living city, and your shop is a part of it. How long have you had this shop for, Max?
4th generation.
That's amazing. See, this is not just a playground for the rich. It is for all of us. Don't you think?
Yeah, I guess.
Good. So could you sign this?
Okay.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Look and tell me what you see. Is he in 1st grade? Does this work on people in reality?
I actually want to see a supercut of him guessing the wrong thing about 20 times in a row. I see a cat. No. I see a fire hydrant.
Oh my
no,
God.
No. I see a tree. No.
Is it the pastrami on rye?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Which he ate. It was obvious. Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. But yeah, dialogue does not happen like that in real life.
Yeah.
No.
Let's throw it to number 4. This is Walt.
Max.
Hey, I think I'm ready to get involved.
And how did you hear all of this?
I heard it. Look, I have a special ability to see and hear stuff I shouldn't.
Max, I really need to get back to the
I know it
office.
sounds crazy, but I'm not crazy. You gotta believe me.
Max, I'm gonna ask you this one time, and I want you to tell me the truth. Are you making this all up just to get with me?
What? No. I swear. I do think you're very pretty, but I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, so who are these people? Do you know any names?
The woman's name is Greenawald.
Elaine Greenwald?
Yeah, you know her?
Yeah, her company owns Mr. Solomon's building.
She got a pretty nice place upstate, too.
You went to her house?
I love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my wife's looking for her keys, and I'm trying to help her. On the bed? Maybe? Oh! Yeah, she found them.
You should put her shoes on and see if you get her memories, and then you could find them.
Oh my God. Are they right here in my pocket? And I reach in and I'm like jingling with her stuff. And I'm like, nope, they're not. The keys are not there. I've come to realize. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with this girl. Max's like ultimate girlfriend, but she's super fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says some really weird shit. Like,
like
you're not making up all this shit just to get with me, right? Because have you had that experience before?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Where somebody makes it like that elaborate a story to try to get in your pants? Because I don't think that's a normal thing.
You know who she reminds me of is that it was like a meme or like it's an image of like a girl in the early 2000s like at her computer setup, and she's like this.
Yeah.
And the joke is like the photos age so much because like it's like one of those big Macintosh computers and like that corner hugging desk that everybody had. Looks like her. It probably isn't.
I don't remember her specifically.
Yeah.
This actress apparently was in a show called Charmed, for many seasons, and that's what she's most famous for. Like when I looked her up because I'm like, who is that? Like I don't know who that is, and I saw that she was in a show. She was definitely more of a TV actress, but she did movies eventually.
I was thinking of this girl. It's kind of blurry.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you later.
Send it to the group.
Yeah.
All right, let's throw it to number.
There
it is.
You're at number 3.
Witness.
Yeah.
You sorry for what you did, rat prick?
Yeah.
And you're never gonna do it again.
That's a great Patrick Nix name, by the way. I gotta use that.
No.
Rat prick.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you.
You believe me? He believes me.
Let him go.
Let him go. That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Maybe take him to the hospital. He's in bad shape.
Boss, he stole from us.
I know. The guy apologized. Just do what I said. I'm the boss, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they
the
kill
boss.
Leon because they realize that the boss has lost his or however his you know, it's all over for him because nobody would treat the situation this way. If they are a mob boss and they walk in, they're like, "Are you?" Yeah, I don't even feel like I should explain this because it's making me feel naive and childish having to explain how bad the scene is. So let's throw it then to number
new soundboard. So I rearranged some things. Number 2. All right.
Where is he? Fucking hate it.
What the hell? The body was right here.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Blood everywhere. He was dead, I swear. Where are my shoes? There was a blue bag here with my shoes in it and $50,000 cash. And a gun. And my taser. Where's my taser? It's all gone. In fact, it was a whole cache of guns. What the hell? There's something screwy going on. We need to get some leads or something. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, he's dead. I killed him. Guys, I mean, should we question the super? Maybe he knows.
Sir, let go of the door.
I'm telling you the truth.
Two things that piss me off right off the rip. Yeah. Klezmer music, all kinds. And
the whole movie, yeah.
And I understand like the whole like, oh, New York cop, someone cried wolf, and they're like, okay, whatever. Like someone confessed to a murder.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And then they clearly seem delusional. So even if like maybe like no second thought to that, like, oh, maybe he's so out of his mind that he brought us to the wrong unit.
Yes.
Maybe we should knock on some doors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in trouble either way if you're the guy who misled the cops.
Yeah, he made a false statement.
Yes.
You wasted resources. Yeah.
No, they're not going to be like, okay, no big deal. We hope this doesn't happen again today.
Yeah.
They punish this so that it doesn't happen.
If you
so that
accidentally
people don't leave them on a wild goose chase for no reason.
If you accidentally dial 911 and you're not cool about it in the way you explain yourself, you're getting a citation.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah.
This guy led officers. He wasted company resources as far as the police department is concerned. Like those cops could have been doing something better with their time.
Like
finding. So you're going to.
Never mind. Finding an innocent, unarmed young man walking by himself, minding his own business, and making sure his parents never see him alive again.
Maybe a young method man, possibly.
But that's why they used a black detective. Like they weren't. I'm giving the movie credit where credit is due. Yeah. They covered bases, but then they left some uncovered. So I'm going to defend the movie for that choice.
I've got a couple of things to say in defense of the movie later, despite Slowdrip's insistence that this is bad. You're right, Slowdrip. It's terrible. But I've got a couple of things that I noticed that I did actually like about the movie, but we'll get there in the catch-all, which is coming later. They're shipping him off to an asylum, or at least a psychiatrist to be evaluated.
Psych hold, 72 hours max.
Just,
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Okay, let's throw it to number
1, Daddy.
You know what? Fuck it. All right.
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
As my father's shoes worked for me, mine will work for you.
Oh.
Who are all these people?
Customers. They help us to help others. They're all labeled.
Derek Jeter?
That one was for me.
Pop, you made all these shoes?
Oh, no. These shoes go all the way back to your great-grandfather, Pincus. He passed them on to my father, Herschel, just as I'm passing it on to you. It's a privilege to walk in another man's shoes, Max, but it's also a responsibility. I think you've learned that by now. You are a guardian of souls, Max.
Kobe Bryant?
You are the cobbler.
He said the name
You are the cobbler. Turns out this is a superhero origin story. Did you know that?
And then he throws a piece of matzah bread and runs into the night.
Gosh, like,
the sock in my eye.
That's a lots of matzah.
All right.
I believe Rob sent me a foreskin themed meme recently.
Yeah,
it might also fit this thing.
Okay, yeah. Disgusting, but I love it.
It is, but it's Rob.
Yeah, that's me.
Man, there's a matzo ball joke in here somewhere, but we'll leave it.
Yeah.
There's just a clip of me picturing Rob saying, "You're welcome."
Splat. What good are Herschel and Pincus's shoes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you slip us on, you are a skeleton, a nearly completely rotted cadaver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What good is that?
That's in my catch-all.
Mummified remains? Oh,
I
sorry.
can skip over it. No, it's fine because it's a valid point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's like, you passed them on to me. It's like, well, great, but what are they worth? After a couple generations, that person's no longer alive for sure. So.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, they said, you're a guardian of souls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The shoes. Was that punny?
Yeah. The tagline for the movie is like saving humanity one soul at a time.
It probably is.
Uh-huh.
And it's probably not. It's groan worthy, but not laugh worthy.
Mm-hmm. You are the cobbler. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's throw out to test number 4. Bob, this is the worst production.
I know.
All right.
All right, is right. The worst production tagline this week is wasted location filming budget.
All right.
Interesting.
And I'll explain because this is something I found that I had some contention with. So they wanted to film it like partially in studios, which pretty much all the interiors, right? Those studios.
Yeah.
But they wanted the exterior shots showcasing distinct character of New York City streets.
Yeah.
So the production team found real locations.
Yeah.
And they found various local businesses, and they hired residents as extras to support the filming. And overall, the filming phase allowed the cast and crew to immerse themselves in the city's diverse cultural backdrop, which was, according to the filmmakers, integral to the narrative of The Cobbler. And I'm here to say none of that mattered. Like, none of that feeling came through. Watching the movie, like, it may as well have been 100% staged. The actual people on location effect was lost on me. Like, it added nothing,
completely.
Yet probably cost the movie plenty between permits and the crew and the cast and the extras and the costumes. Not worth it. Wasted location filming budget. That's what I'm saying. Like, I really think it was I get what they were trying to do, but it didn't
translate.
It did. That's the word. Yeah, it didn't translate. Yeah.
They could have saved a shitload of money and gotten a tax break just doing it in Vancouver, like every other movie set in New York.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna say, might as well have been Tucson.
Yeah.
It could have been Montreal. It could have been, Seattle. It could have been
or Studio City, like Seinfeld was filmed in. Just like.
Yeah, I've been to the Seinfeld restaurant, like Monk's, and it's like it's the exterior, but then they shot all the interior stuff in like an LA soundstage.
Yeah, they did.
Like, you go inside, it looks nothing like the show. It's just like a bunch of bar stools and pancakes and stuff.
Nice.
Big salads.
Big salads. Yeah.
I like both of those things except for pancakes. Pancakes suck.
So you don't like both those things, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, bar stools are good. Like those. Let's throw it to test number 5. This is the worst production. Sorry, Bob. Go ahead. It's acting, but Bob, you had something to say, and I felt
all I was saying is the longer I sit here, the more in pain I am. So let's move along.
Okay.
No, Goofus. No, you're the Goofus, actually.
I'm Duffy.
Lots of dastardly deeds dames daring do.
Susan's Pantry Country Catering.
Suck up.
Loser.
Slacker.
Nerd.
Worst. Acting.
All right.
Okay, I have a bumper coming up that sounds exactly like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Less rapid as far as the beat goes, but let's throw it to number 1. This is Wonder Woman.
Ah, I like what you did there.
Max! Hi. How's it going?
Good. You left your door open.
Oh, can you shut that for me, please?
Sure.
Thanks. I'm delivering groceries to one of our elderly neighbors.
All by yourself?
Yeah, Max, I'm a badass.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. So you like pickles, huh?
Yeah, do you?
No, not really. But I'm glad that you're supporting a local business. That's cool. Oh, we need more names for a petition. Do you think that you could get your dad to sign?
No.
Max, this is important.
I know. My father took off a while ago. He ain't around anymore.
I'm a badass.
I'm a badass.
Thanks for the support for business.
Yeah,
you like pickles?
No.
Jeez, you sure have a lot of pickles in that box. That's definitely not heavy enough for there to be like 6 jars of pickles in it, because it would be heavier than you're making it look. But also, we need more names for our petition. So could you sign it? Because like we need more. How about your dad? It's very important, she says. Anyway, let's throw it to number 2. Wallop.
Foreshadowing with the next clip.
What is that?
Was that a fart? That's
Wow,
it.
Amy,
Was that a fart?
in there where he was like,
Yeah. I didn't hear that on the first watch because I was using like my earbuds and like they're not great. But like I heard it go after he got shot.
well, could have been.
It's possible.
that is the bottom of the barrel Sandler kind of acting for me when he tases himself and he's like and like it's supposed to be really funny, but it's like incredibly juvenile. And like the audience that watches like Sandler movies on the reg are the ones that like laugh at shit that's just not funny because I'm not 11 anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Adam really dropped the ball on that one. I like it when Adam does physical comedy, but when Adam phones it in, it's just not the Adam I know.
No, definitely. I do love Adam as well. He's a close personal friend.
Yeah.
Of the pod, because he's been on here. How many times have we had Adam on?
Jack
as a
and
guest?
Jill. Adam was in Jack and Jill. Adam was in Man Overboard. What else was Adam in? Just the
Overboard.
2? I think we just did the 2.
No.
I think that.
No.
Oh no! Wait,
That'd be
he
not.
wasn't in Mall Cop, right?
We did a lot of
No,
Happy
that'd be
Madison
not.
stuff, which Adam's associated with, but I don't think we've done anything else that stars
wasn't-
Adam.
Yeah, he wasn't in the other ones.
We didn't do Grown Ups, right?
No.
I suggested it, but we
Really?
didn't do it. Yeah.
He's
Hey,
not
stop
Wild
doing that with stop doing that with your lip. Can we? What's the next clip? Number
3. This is what the crap?
Yeah, I thought the first. See, when you sent me the clips and the timestamps, he sent me Wallop next to What the Crap, and he says What the Crap like 10 times in Wallop. And I'm like, did he name it wrong?
he does.
And then I didn't know what I didn't
Yeah,
know
no.
at the time, and then we play What the Crap, and he, as you will see, here we go.
Well, yeah, he will.
Damn, you ugly. And what have we here? Thought you were gonna steal my watches? Huh? Oh, don't worry. I ain't gonna shoot you, She-Man.
There it is.
I am gonna choke you to death. Shoot-Man!
Kind of gross.
Mm.
What the crap?
There it is.
PG-13. He wouldn't say what the crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he would never say what the crap. Also, couldn't help but notice.
What up?
He went from.
If they're a New York City native, they're not going to say what the crap.
No, they're going to be like, I'm walking here. Go ahead, Chris.
And these 10-inch stilettos. Hey, you know what I mean?
Hey, gabagool.
I want to ride a pizza to work.
Couldn't help but notice that he went from She-Man to Shoe-Man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's Reddit material.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Adam Sandler sticking a heel into Method Man's neck. So that's something that we experienced. Adam Sandler killing Method Man. Thank you so much to The Cobbler. Glad we got to see that. I laughed really hard with my wife the other night when we watched this movie because it was super funny. Let's throw to fact or no fact.
Here we are.
Here we go.
And people nowadays are way too concerned with their shiny, tiny beeping machines than they are with the simple joys of living.
That's a fact. You know what else is a fact? You guys are gonna lose.
What's it, Acacia strain or something?
Yes, Car Bomb by Acacia.
Is it? Oh, nice.
Yeah, and can we do it one more time? Can we play that bumper one more time?
Yeah. It's like fucking drop G tuning on that shit.
And people nowadays are way too concerned with their shiny, tiny beeping machines than they are with the simple joys of living.
That's a fact. You know what else is a fact? You guys are gonna lose.
Yeah.
Fucking love that bumper.
I didn't hear Grease 2 in there.
No. I kept the parts of the flower very, very separate from this season.
Slipping. All right, so
I'm gonna put breaking Chris's grease streak. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, I put some real effort into this season.
This is fact or no fact, and the movie's called The Cobbler, and my first thought was a line from Office Space. Cock gobblers.
Oh, Michael Bolton, yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't know that line, you haven't seen it as much as me and Rob have. Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, I haven't.
I'm gonna say 5 things, and 4 of them are real, and 1 of them is a lie, and you got to figure it out. And I think it's an easy one this week, because once again, as Rob usually predicts, for an indie movie, not much out there. Here we go. Right. So first one. Melanie Diaz. That was the love interest. That's the girl that was like a
yeah.
Badass.
She was nominated for The Cobbler for Best Supporting Actress for the Independent Spirit Awards in 2014. Okay, second one. Sandler means cobbler in Hebrew. Okay, third one.
How about that?
A censored version exists where Method Man's character's death is less bloody and less graphic. Okay, fourth one. Dustin Hoffman plays Sandler's dad in this movie and one other more successful movie. And the last one, the naked girl in the shower, God bless her, this was her first film.
I'm immediately tripping up on Hoffman playing Sandler's dad in one other successful movie because I'm thinking that might be a switcheroo with the Fockers, which is Ben Stiller, not Adam Sandler, because Dustin Hoffman's Gaylord Fokker's father. I'm trying to think, but then again, I feel like I've seen Hoffman and Sandler together in another film. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. So, Best Supporting Actress for Independent Spirit Award. I don't know. This movie seems like Razzie territory. And can you do both? Can you win like Best Actress, but also get completely railroaded on? I don't know how the committees work. So
in theory,
I've said this in previous games. Like, there's so many award ceremonies. Like, I can't. Like, honestly, if I was in your guys' shoes, I would not know what to say because there's so many.
Yeah. Oh,
this is gonna make
the
me...
shoes. Oh, Chris.
This is gonna make me sound not wholesome, but I would imagine the word cobbler translating in Hebrew would have a lot more consonants in it and like that sound. Because we don't use. When I studied New Testament like in college to have like an ancient literature for filming. The problem with the translations of the early iterations of the Old Testament is people had found the Hebrew text and they had to add their own vowels to make it make sense.
Yes,
Jehovah is a bastardized version of Yahweh, which was like YWHW, and it was a misspelling. So like Jehovah is not a real word.
Rob. The translation was like Jesus took the cock to the pyramid and then cock.
Yeah, so anywho, I would imagine the word cobbler translating to Hebrew as like or something. Anywho, so that might be my lie right there. Censored version exists. I mean, censored versions exist of all these movies because they want to put it on Comedy Central and like syndication and stuff. So I'm tripping on Hoffman, Naked Girl in Shower. I'd never seen her, but like she's, I don't know, hot blonde. Could be.
And you still haven't seen her, sadly, after this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Sandler does not mean cobbler in Hebrew for the aforementioned horrible things I just said. All right.
After that shower scene, can you show us that picture you're showing us before? Because that's our titscope.
This one?
Yeah, that's the titscope. Very, very flaccid titscope after that shower scene. Not a lot going on.
I'll show you the diagnosis. Maybe it's there. It is.
Epididymitis.
That's it. Yes.
Epididymitis.
That's what I'm
cool.
suffering right now. While Chris dolls, that's what I'm suffering with right now.
Yeah.
Rob, you went with number
two.
Number 2.
Like poop.
I don't want to believe number 1. I don't want to believe that you could be in the same universe as like a Razzie and an award at some show.
I'm just assuming Razzie. I didn't read anything about this, so it may not have.
No. I agree. But I think it was Razzie territory. If it wasn't nominated, it ought to have been. Method Man, Less Bloody. Why would they bother? There's like really dark concepts. Hoffman in another one. I was trying to think of Hoffman as Sandler's father in another movie, and
I think it's Ben Stiller. I think it's Ben Stiller. I think it's a red.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I feel like the red herring is number 1, but I'll go with it anyway. Number 1, she was not nominated for any Best Supporting Actress because I don't want to believe it. Even if I lose, she was awful. So go ahead, Bob.
Cool. All right, Chris, you win.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
Did I pause long enough? Is he done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Done.
So she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for the Independent Spirit Awards, but for another movie called Fruitville Station.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds like something I immediately need to watch. Awesome. Fruitville Station, you said?
Yeah. Rob.
Yeah.
Rob, you were on the right track, right?
Yeah.
In Hebrew, it's Sandndlar. It's
right.
Sandler.
KH.
It's just spelled with more consonants than actual Sandler's name.
Okay.
By like one more, but yeah, it means it's Sandler. The censored version. was made. It doesn't show him take out the shoe or blood running down him, and it was, it was mainly for England because they have. So we have PG-13. They have like an under 12 shit. So it was made for UK. Dustin Hoffman. So this is where I'm going to say what we're watching in the past. Dustin Hoffman plays Sandler's dad in a movie called The Meyerowitz Stories.
Oh, I'd never heard
And
of that.
another one of Dustin Hoffman's kids in that movie is Ben Stiller.
Huh.
And then Dustin Hoffman goes to play. In the past, Dustin Hoffman plays Ben Stiller's dad in the two Fockers movies.
Yeah.
But the Meyerowitz Stories, Adam Sandler, Dustin Hoffman, Ben Stiller. It's a fucking great movie. I highly recommend it.
Wow.
It's probably the best I've seen Sandler. It's probably the best I've seen, close to the best I've seen Stiller. And Dustin Hoffman's really good.
2017. Never heard of it.
It's really,
No,
really
neither.
good.
It sounds like the Go ahead.
No, that's it.
The real Tannenbaums is what I'm thinking of. That like
it's along that same vein. Like Dustin Hoffman's a really shitty dad, and he's like trying to reconcile with his family, and like Adam Sandler's like a single dad, and they're all like having the same issues with their dad, who's Dustin Hoffman. I forget who the mom is, if she's even alive. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I know when I watched it, I was enthralled the whole time.
All right.
Since
And
we're
last
going
one.
into the catch-all, go ahead.
Yeah, The Naked Girl. It was her first film. That was her debut. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
Since we're going into catch-all territory, as far as fathers go, no, let's just save it. Let's go. Never mind. Let's just go to the catch-all. Let's just move on. Got him on a road.
I know. Okay. Goodbye.
Seriously, nothing more wonderful than a cat nap.
Chris.
Oh, that might be the best catch-all bumper ever.
Dude, that was so good. Fuck, that was
Really
so
good. Good job, Rob.
All right.
Thank you.
Here we go. Now that I've led you in with the foreshadowing from the last one, would you inhabit your parents' skin?
No.
Why?
No, I would, and I'd admit that I've been racist for my entire life.
To yourself in a mirror?
On camera. I'd make sure I get one of my Gen X kids to record it on their computer phones.
Yeah. We knew it. We always said them. I just feel like there's a lot of I don't know. I'm glad to not know my father's anatomical structure. Let's put it that way.
All right. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go backwards because there was one of mine already mentioned about the legacy of shoes that were passed down through generations.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the owners would all be dead and they'd just be animating corpses. And since it was already said, I'm gonna make that my first one. Go ahead, Chris.
All right.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. My number 4. We didn't need the bright red scarf, thank you. And take your Coca-Cola with you on the way out.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how the logo perfectly shaped the face, the doors when you walked in. You knew that's what he was drinking, and you could buy one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just a question of whether he was Coca-Cola kind of place or a Diet Coke kind of place.
Yeah.
But he loved them equally, according to this movie.
Yeah.
But the red scarf. What I'm talking about there is they had every one of his characters, at least in the early going, wear this extremely bright red scarf so that you knew for sure that it was Adam Sandler impersonating another person.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was like, and of course, in my mind, it made me question it because I'm like, is that a red herring? Did
he give someone else the scarf?
Yeah.
to
Like,
throw people off of it. Yeah,
I kept thinking they were going to do that, and then they didn't, and
Not
made
that
me
clever.
like it even less.
Yeah,
Which made me
not
go
that
back
clever.
to Chris's point, which is like, yeah, it's so obvious, you know.
Assuming the audience is dumb enough that they can't rely on the overcoat that he has. They also need a Where's Waldo fucking scarf so that when you pick him out of a crowd.
Yeah,
it really
For
is.
fuck's sake.
It really is a Waldo scarf.
Yeah.
All right.
Which made me angry. Go ahead, Bob.
Here's one you're both gonna say. Oh yeah. When Max uses the taser on Method Man, they were touching each other. They both would have been shot.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
And they both would have gone down.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Wow.
just a fact of taser.
They would have
shit.
gone down concurrently.
They would have, and they both would have woken up concurrently, and blah blah blah. That's a fact. At least I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Nicely said, Bob. I believe it too. How about my number 3? What's the minimum stitch requirement? Could he have just gone and that was it?
For the
Chris,
for the soul
go-
of the shoot, yeah.
You're going
Because
back
he's
to rules.
down there and it's like and he's like working on these shoes for like a half an hour. I'm like, why are you wasting your time? Like,
I
if it's
think
a magical stitch machine, one
here-
stitch, right?
Here's
It's not a
what's gonna-
magical stitches machine.
Here's what's going to reconcile that. You got to be a cobbler by trade, and I think you got to have like the
gotta
care
work
for
on the shoe.
you've got to have the care for your craft in like the machine. Like you got to believe in the machine, you know, like platform 9 3/4 on Harry Potter. If you don't believe in it, you just walk into a wall. Chris,
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, are you going to repair the shoe entirely every time?
yeah, he's a cobbler. He's the cobbler.
But a lot of these shoes were a lot of these shoes were already fixed. He was ready to accept the ticket, you know? He was ready to take those tickets.
No, he's taking $4 for 12 hours work. He has to do it right.
Chris keeps making arguments, and Rob's like, "But he's the cobbler."
I forgot. Yes, he's the protector of souls. But how many stitches, Rob, does it take?
I don't know, like 4
What's the minimum requirement?
of a soft to medium
4?
requirement. Yeah, soft to medium 4.
Oh, some medium 4 stitches.
Maybe a light 7.
I say.
That's
I
a
say all
throwback
he had
right
to
there.
do, that idiot, was 1 stitch, and you want this stitcher to last as long as possible. So let's just do 1. Let's
He's
just
the
hit it real
cobbler.
quick.
His name's the cobbler, not the one stitch bitch, Chris.
Is soft to medium 4 a bomb filter reference or something even past that?
No, it's Anthony
Yeah, but
Fantano of
before
the Needle
that.
Drop because he always reviews. I'm going to give this a light 5 or a strong 6. So like, the joke was like reviewing something and giving it a soft to medium 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So Needle Drop. Thank you. Big fan of
Which
the
Rob
reviews.
introduced me
Yeah.
to that concept at, I don't know, about 2008.
Here's something. Here's something that's very close to the last one I said. When Max Sandler goes back to the apartment with the cops, we already talked about how shitty this was. Like he should have been like taken in and fired or whatever
Hated
for a
it.
while. But when he goes in there, the 2 officers have their badges pinned to their lapels, and when they're leaving, they have lanyards with their badges on.
Shit.
How dumb is
Damn.
that?
And
Like
this was a big
I
budget
was
film.
I was watching really close for continuity shit, and I'm like, they did a good job. They did a good job. And then we get to that part of the movie, and I'm like, oh, I saw that.
No, well, nice
And-
catch. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the thing. So there it is.
You know,
Continuity.
Bob probably was really good at those spot the difference puzzles, like that you see at the doctors when he was like when we were all
Yeah,
young. Like, you know, some people are
highlights.
good at those, but Bob was like got 10 out of 10
Highlights.
in the matter of a minute.
Yeah.
Highlights for children. Is that what you're talking
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Highlights?
I remember that.
I got to play photo hunt with Bob.
By the way, Highlights for
We're gonna set
Children
a
had a
record.
cartoon called Goofus and Gallant, which is a reference to Talking Cat Goofus.
Oh yeah.
All right, talking cat. We know something about that.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. You can't access that one on YouTube because after 208 fucking episodes, Talking Cat's the one that would have given us our first copyright strike if I tried to appeal it. I had to drop the appeal and delete it off the feed. So you got to find it on Apple or Spotify or wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, go to
Anywho.
Spotify. There's a video. Does Apple have video too, or just Spotify?
I think it's Spotify. I think they're all starting to integrate it. I'm just a matter of when.
Yeah, go to Spotify.
Yeah,
for Talking Cat. You have to see the clips, and now they're bumpers, which is even better.
Yeah. So go to Spotify and do that. My number 2 in the defense of the movie. Okay. Slowdrip. I'm sorry. A new souls in 15 minutes. Was a neon sign in his window, and they do not shove it down your throat. It's a very quick shot, and you already know about his ability to overtake other people's bodies, what have you. You know.
Yeah.
I liked that. New souls in 15 minutes. Also, B, they aged Leon subtly, like he had been dead for a day or two, and my wife and I like this one kind of a lot.
But he
like
was
later.
No.
Well, he had been dead for a day or two, but they didn't have to do that. So he assumes the shoes of Leon, and they make it very subtle. So, like, if you are thinking, but he's dead, you can see that, like, in the corner of his mouth, there's, like, dry saliva, and and he's pale, and he's a little gaunt, and, like, he had only been dead for a day or two, so everybody bought it, but if you're thinking about the fact that he's dead, you see it in the makeup, which was a good touch.
Nice.
Go ahead, bud.
Another, I'll call it continuity. When Sandler played the overweight teenage kid, he watches Leon go up the elevator, and the elevator stops on floor 3, and then when the teenage kid goes up the stairs as Leon, he gets off on the 4th floor, and that's where the apartment is. So inconsistency at best. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you got to think about those details. You just have to.
Yeah.
Giant production.
That's our job as assholes.
Yes, true.
Yes.
We are professional assholes. My number 1 has to do with how I get pissed about. Thank you, Rob. I get pissed about money shit in movies all the time. I said this on the pod, but when people do like really risky shit for money and then they don't seem to care about it afterwards, I get mad. When your main character has like the whole thing that they like did all that shit for in the palm of their hands, and then they like completely forget about it. It really pisses me off, and I bring that up because he left all of Leon's watches and cash after Leon was dead.
Yeah,
I know he turns himself in, blah 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 blah. The murder takes precedent, but like, if you're going through all of that shit and you
already did it,
like you really need the money, you're taking the fucking money and you're taking the fucking watches. I don't care.
What? Chris, I'm going to add on to that with how much Sandler's character was charging for shit at the shoes. That was insane. He's like,
nuts.
I resold your shoes and stitched up the bottoms. That'll be $5. Like, it was
plus later. Yeah. So
yeah. No chance.
It made no sense. And that was, I don't know if I saw a smartphone in the movie, but it was modern. It was not set in the 80s or the 70s.
Right.
It could
definitely
be
2000 something.
Because he's so reluctantly taken over his father's shop, he just never updated the prices from like the 1950s prices or something.
And that doesn't make any. It makes zero.
Yeah, but you couldn't.
I know that wasn't your point, Chris, but it reminded me of that, and I didn't mention that in my catch-all, but it was kind of like
there's a strong connection there because he wouldn't be so hard up if he didn't charge $4 for a shoe shine.
It was kind of my first catch-all that I accidentally repeated, so I'm gonna backtrack and say that was it. But my last catch-all, this is an interesting one. This is the one I read on Wikipedia that, and then I looked at the source material and it was right. There was a person who illegally downloaded this movie in like a torrent website, the court case. I know exactly. This is why it's connected to our show. The court case attracted attention because the presiding judge said an IP address is insufficient to conclusively link the defendant to the
Oh.
infringing activity. So the
Wow.
decision was a significant precedent for defendants in copyright litigation involving digital
Right.
piracy.
We don't
the
know
fact
whose
that-
shoes that person's
Yeah.
IP address was in.
I
Could have been his.
I don't know.
Could have been someone
I
else's.
don't know if any podcast out there like pirate movies and then play clips and then use the clips as bumpers. It probably
Because
happens.
we would never do
But-
that.
Yeah.
But it's obviously there's a precedent out there that protects us, and good for
Then
those
why does
people that are-
YouTube's algorithm zero in on a talking cat? that proves my theory. That proves my theory, though, that the movies that make a shitload of money on the front end don't. I mean, it's not someone typing
you're
up
right.
the copyright
Yeah,
thing.
no,
It's
no,
it's
true.
algorithmic.
No.
But I think
Yeah.
the holding companies that
You're right.
own the things that don't earn the money back and they're still on ad-supported streaming to try making a few bucks, those are more aggressive because they're trying to make their money back.
Yes.
Rob, here's a quick story. My kids performed in a Eastern European folk dancing and folk music group, and I recorded them. They were performing through a church, which nonprofit, all that shit. And I recorded it and put it on YouTube. It got flagged by the guy that wrote the music, saying that I was like copyright infringing. And I didn't just get flagged. I got the video was shut down. I got put in a YouTube jail. It sucked. And
That's
I'm
probably-
like, dude, it's a kid's performance in a church.
That happens.
What's wrong
It was
Yeah.
that happens with it was probably ASCAP or BMI. They license it through those, and then those companies do the thing. Same if
And
you own
now
a
they have the
restaurant.
AI searching for it.
Yeah. If you own an establishment and you have like a jukebox, you have to pay royalties to BMI or whoever owns the rights to that music.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just
It's bullshit.
and I know this is petty of me, but it had the most views on my YouTube channel. It was like 13,000. I think that's why it happened.
Yeah.
He was pissed that I was
Probably.
getting more views than he was.
Yeah.
It's not monetized though. You don't get monetized till you have 1,000 followers or some shit like that.
Yeah, I wasn't making any.
Which
I
follow,
made
subscribe to
zero
our
money.
YouTube. By the way.
Yes, we need that. We would like that. We would like to make $1 off of you, please.
Worst,
If you would
worst
mind.
movie ever
We're
made.
putting in the work every week.
Yeah.
Slackers.
Get some hymns. Get some support from hymns. Make that hymns money.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Exactly. He's holding up the ball.
There it is.
I'm on the ball.
If you
Rob.
insist, Bob. If you insist.
I'm on the ball.
Yeah.
Bob is on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right, what we're watching.
Anytime I share things that I like to watch, I get.
That's just stupid. That's the best you could come up with.
And this is what we're watching.
He was in quiz show. He was good in quiz show. I need that clip. I gotta find that clip on the Memento episode.
Have you guys heard of Attack on London?
No.
Okay, so there was a July 7th attack, 2005, I want to say, in
Right.
London. So years after 9/11. Oh no, goodness! How could you yawn in the middle of your own sentence? In London, on the 7th of July, there was a coordinated terrorist attack. 3 different bombers suicide bombed trains headed through London. They call them tubes.
Okay.
And then a 4th suicide bomber bombed a bus and killed himself. And then episode 2 is about the search. Episode 3, I presume, is about the search for the people who did this. Episode 1 is more about the carnage. And I didn't know about this, and I'm ashamed to say so, because America seems to want to absorb all of the attention from everywhere all the time. And it's not just us that have to deal with terrorism. London had to deal with 56 deaths that day, I think, and another 700 or so injured because of these fucking idiots who thought it was a good idea to kill themselves and other people in an effort to spread their dumb religious message, which I think all of them are, not to make it political or religious on the show. But let's throw it to my number 2. That is Tiger King season 1. I'm watching it again. I don't know why. Can't help myself. I guess that's it. Bob, go ahead.
So I want to say I'm thinking of shifting this segment a little bit. I'm going to tell you things I've seen, but not on TV. So I got to see my first math rock live show in Nashville.
That was fun.
All right, in Nashville, yeah.
The bands were in order: Clout Chaser,
Yep.
Floral, and Standards. And I got a Clout Chaser shirt because it was rad. And I got a
Metallica logo,
Standards- yeah. I got a Standards vinyl record, and it's great. And that was fun. And Rob was with me, and it was so much fun. And then my second thing, and this is where I get sappy, I got to watch Rob and Chris and their significant others parent their kids, which was impressive.
Atrociously.
Yeah. No, seriously. Great job, Scoochies and Ochmans. You're great parents.
Bob.
Your kids are a blast.
Too kind.
And so smart. And your hospitality was unmatched. Thank you.
Yeah.
Between the last show and this show, because the last show was like Goodfellas, and I just got to Nashville. Everything that happened between that and now was what I just talked about. And it was so much fucking fun. And it's gonna happen again. Either they're gonna come here or I'm gonna go there. It was too much fun not to
Smash
do. So thank
that
you guys.
subscribe button so we could have a travel budget. And then we'll start talking about live meetups.
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Rob, please go.
But
go ahead,
if we could meet in the middle in Pittsburgh, maybe next year or in 2 years or something, that'd be really cool.
That'd be fucking
'Cause
dope.
I feel like that's between the two of us.
I got rooms and beds and couches and shit. I got places for people to crash. We're not.
I'd
too
like
old
to get
crash.
within sniffing distance of your sheets, Bob. Go ahead, Rob.
If you
fun
all
fact-
are, I want to sleep somewhere else.
Fun fact, Chris, Clout Chasers drummer used two 18-inch crash cymbals as his hi-hats.
Oh,
they're like
awesome.
fucking
No.
massive, dude.
Oh.
The
What does
dynamic
that sound
range was
like?
fucking insane, dude. Because you
was
could go.
sick.
There's so many zones.
Yeah,
And they're so
yeah.
heavy. So like you could do a lot of cool shit with that. I
amazing.
finished season 4 of The Bear, which was like, if you go online, there's ranked articles like the 25 jokes in season 4 of The Bear, and they're like not the top 25 of this comedy. There were only 25 jokes because it's more drama. Yeah. It was good. I like how they left it. They got renewed for season 5. I can't wait to see where it goes. And then we went to the drive-in and saw Jurassic World Reborn or whatever the fuck it's called. And it's like
Can't be good. Can't be
it's like Metallica and The Simpsons, where it's like the original IP is so special that it will live forever, and the new ones won't survive without making call. There was the Flair callback, like, "Oh, get me, chase me," and then there was a callback, "Oh, you're in a commercial kitchen or a convenience store, and the thing's gonna put its face right up the door." And and it sucked. It's just a bunch of people haunted by the past, trying to figure out dinosaur stuff, ethical quandaries. I hated it. Kids loved it. Whatever. It was fine. Everything's fine.
I hate dinosaurs.
And that's it. That's all I watched. Yeah.
All right. Let's throw it to bad credit names.
All right, I'm gonna play the bumper you made, and then I'll play the cobbler bad credit name.
Yeah.
All right.
Tina.
Suck up.
Loser.
Susan's Pantry Country Catering. Slacker.
Nerd. Tina.
That's the one.
Bad credit names.
All right. And then Tina. And then here's for the cobbler.
Matt Power. Fritz Weaver. Grizz Chapman. Alan Lewis Rickman. Joachim. Ioannis Sakarakis. And Roxalana Roxy Toporowicz.
Wow. Yes.
That's right.
Oh, what a throwback.
That's right.
What a throwback.
That's right. Roxalana Roxy Toporowicz. I feel like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. He's introducing the girl that has the killer throw.
Yeah.
My personal associate, Nastovich Tadenovinsky.
Mick Juver, Hebrewberg, yeah.
McJuver, Hebrewberg. Yes.
Hebrewberg, yeah.
Yes. We don't have an offensive minigame. You want to play the bumper anyway?
Oh, yeah.
I only have.
I heard that.
Oh, I like cats.
Cats like you too.
Offensive mini game.
This is fucking great. Oh my god.
I love it.
The season is going to be so much fun.
All right.
All right. We don't have a movie comparison.
Hold on. No.
Go ahead.
We don't have this, so I'm going to reveal the surprise because it's I can't wait till the end. The backing music to all my bumpers was the opening music to what movie that we've talked about in the past? It was the opening minutes. And I'll give you a hint.
We have done it.
It wasn't rated G, PG, R, or PG-13.
Showgirls. Right? That was NC-17, right?
Rob's got it.
Good guess. Dirt pipe milkshakes.
Oh my goodness!
The surprise theme song was the opening track to Dirt Pipe Milkshakes, and the funniest part of that is as I was ripping the music, I had to watch the video that went along with it. Holy shit! This
had to, huh?
And then of course I had to fast forward to see how it was going to end, and it was really, really funny.
It made Backdoor Sluts 9 look like Crotch Capers 3, right?
And somehow now his balls are swollen. What the fuck?
No, here's the funniest part. Dirt Pipe Milkshakes 1. There's sequels to this. Dirt Pipe Milkshakes 1, the first scene, first movie is where I got that clip from, right? And then there's all kind of ass play and stuff, and I'm not going to go into it. But at the end, the lead actor is doing his stuff into the other actress's thing. And he keeps expressing and saying, I'm still squirting. And I wanted to put that in the music, but I thought we'd get flagged.
No,
now me
probably too much. Yeah.
I feel like now me saying that is going to get Rob to clip that and put it in every episode from now on.
Probably.
Yes, well, the all the ass play that you were talking about on camera had me thinking about our sponsor, Ring Camera. Thank you so much, Ring Camera, for all of your sponsors in past episodes. We love you. For now, why don't we throw it to our bumper? When
you listen to the end of music, imagine it playing over that kind of movie. You'll be like, oh, it makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The other bongo.
Yeah.
Let's throw it to the movie comparison, of which we have none.
Yeah. I still hope Bob's using his work computer to get these clips.
I
love that one.
Dad.
We used to love that as a kid.
You're home early.
All right.
Great screaming, Rob.
Thank you.
Can't believe you did that. Yeah, if Bob is using his work computer, it's gonna be like a demonstrator situation.
No, he's not.
It's not my work
like
computer.
it traces him back to the school where
the
crime was committed.
They're like, where were you in London in 2005?
All right, for pitch.
And why,
Chris?
And why could you not stop squirting?
Stop expressing yourself so much. Chris won the 4.75 pitch.
Chris.
Great job.
Of course he did. It won't last.
Yes. Yeah. This was my episode. No one will take it from me. Production, wasted location filming budget. Yeah, agreed. It could have been in any major city, right? So the last one that we usually jot down for purposes of comparing it to the next movie in line is our demerit. What do you guys have for this one?
No rules.
Yes, and I want to add also, it was trying to be funny when it should have been dark, and they could have been dark while also being funny. I guess identity crisis, or like I'm just imagining if this was like a Coen brother film or like a Tarantino film, like that premise, but like darker and funny. So like I don't know, it's just like PG-13.
How about rules of identity?
No, how about no rules of identity?
Yeah. Or no rules, no identity. Yeah, no rules, or identity.
No rules, no identity. I like that. Good job, Rob. I like that.
No rules, no identity.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
How offensive was it?
Moderately, I guess.
Moderately, yeah. With the whole, like Chris mentioned it, like the personalities and races that he occupied were varied but stereotyped.
Yeah, stock stereotypes. How about that?
Yeah, stock stereotypes.
Yeah. Sure. I felt like the acting was decent.
I mean, when you have like, yeah, I mean,
It wasn't
Sandler
the
knows how
worst.
to act.
Except for Sandler, he was the only one that sucked
He
as
phoned
an
it
actor.
in. He phoned it in.
All the actors that played Sandler as a different character did a better job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So decent. Okay.
Yeah, like adequate.
Adequate.
Yeah.
Adequate. Dialogue. Merp.
Predictable.
Adequate. Yeah. Predictable.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Very predictable.
Predictable. Worst movie of the season so far, The Cobbler. No surprise there. Predictable. Predictables. Predictable large balls.
Yeah. So next week,
yeah, what are we doing?
We're doing sequels of movies that we've done in the past. So I threw Tooth Fairy 2 with Larry the Cable Guy. One of you guys did Jaws 2, and then what was Under Siege 2 was the poll.
Under Siege 2, yes. Which must
I think
win.
Jaws was ahead last time I saw.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
not sure.
find out in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing our infamous live.
I have
right
two
now.
accounts, and I voted for two separate movies. To be fair, so we'll see how it goes.
Let's see.
Jaws: The Revenge is out ahead by a number.
You know, that completely smoked Tooth. Yeah, Tooth Fairy 2 and Under Siege 2 have a collective total of 28. And then Jaws has 71, which leaves 1% margin of error, I guess. All right.
We gotta watch it.
So Jaws: The Revenge. I don't know, because we did Jaws 3D, and I feel like that might be worse than Jaws: The Revenge, but who knows? Jaws: The Revenge has like a...
Yeah.
It is. And you know what?
And
Jaws is my favorite movie, so...
We also did Jaws, and that's a good movie,
Yes.
Yeah.
An amazing
great movie.
Yeah. The best movie. So let's do Jaws: The Revenge next week. Thanks, Slowdrip, for the cobbler. Thank you to Shmave. Thank you to Shay.
Yeah,
Rob,
thank
you
you,
can plug us and send it over to Bob for his last word.
All right, listen, guys, I've plugged this gratuitously throughout this episode because it's kind of funny to do that. www.theworstmovieevermade.com. You can find us on streaming. You can find us on social media. We're really trying to grow the YouTube audience, which thank you guys for subscribing who has already. We're doing, I'm posting shorts and like short form content and prime nugs from the show. We're doing that on the daily, probably like 5 to 7 days a week. I haven't decided the schedule yet, but there's 3 popping tomorrow. By the time you hear this episode on your drive time, keep an eye out. I'm currently doing 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m. So 4-hour blocks of 1-minute clips. Check it out. I am doing everything I can to make myself look funnier than everybody else on the show. If you like an episode and want it clipped, just email us www.theworstmovieevermade.com and then follow us on YouTube. Hit that notification thing, with your finger.
Yeah.
Bob, what's your last word?
Daddy Dustin.
Daddy Dustin, and we
Daddy
are playing
Dustin.
out with the surprise theme song from Dirt Pipe Milkshakes, which was filmed in the same mansion as a talking cat. Here we go. See you guys next week.
Thank you, Daddy Justin. Bye, Joe.
So when you hear a crash cymbal, That's the girl. That's the girl smacking her own ass. Listen.
All right.
There it is.
Chris.
It happens again. And then there's like a techno drop. This has to stay in the mix.
Oh, well.
What's happening here?
Butt stuff.
You're gonna have to look it up, Chris. It's all butt stuff.
That wasn't part of the song, guys. That was just me going butt stuff. All right, bye, Jelly Scoop.
Yeah, bye.
Let's go.
Dart pipe
All right.
milkshakes. When we do our porn season, that's gonna be a contender.